Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Odododo Plants, and today we are doing some spreads for some of my patrons over on my top tier of Patreon. Today we have spreads for Adita and Katrina, so let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, the first spread we're going to be doing is for Katrina, and she asked for a spread specifically so that way she could track going to the New York Liberty basketball team's games because she has a season pass for 2025. So we're going to make a little tracker for her. She just wanted to be able to have somewhere to write down what games she goes to. So I'm thinking we'll just kind of have a couple of boxes or shapes placed out, and then she can write, the game, maybe who it was against, and then the date in it. So we're going to prep some sheets. I went on Etsy and I found some fun artwork that I went ahead and purchased. She specifically requested to have the mascot, and I found this super cute artwork of the mascot Ellie the elephant, which I thought this was adorable. So she really wanted that. And then I found some basketball elements, and then of course the logo for the team as well. So I went ahead and got those, put them on my Cricut, had it cut it out. So that way now we have custom stickers for this spread. I'm going to go in with this washi tape. It's kind of just giving like it's oil splatter, ink splatter, whatever, but it's giving like kind of the same vibes as this. So I thought this would be kind of fun to put down the center of the page. So I'm going to connect the two, and because this is so thick, I think it'll be perfect to go across both pages. But I'm going to just try my best to get those in a good spot. And I guess I need to make sure that these are even, huh? Okay. Well, that didn't work, so maybe I'll do one at a time. I'm like, I cannot tell where the center is, so that's cool. In my head, putting these together seemed a lot easier, but I'm like, oh, I want them to be somewhat even. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good. I think I need to, oh no. Why is this so hard? I feel like I'm making this harder than it needs to be. Okay, I'm going to do one side, and I'm going to try to just get it on the center. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to cut this so I have my piece cut. And then I'm going to just flip it, because apparently I cannot tell for the life of me where the center of this would meet, my washi tape. I'm just struggling. So I'm just going to use this and kind of look, it's kind of shadowing through, so I can kind of see. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good. And then I'm just going to flip it over, take my other paper, and because they're blank pages, it doesn't matter what side I do it on. And I'm just going to stick that in there. Okay, there we go. Why was that the most complicated thing I've ever done in my entire life? I don't know. But I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, so now I'll kind of have like a little border, at least where the pages will get punched, which I think will be nice. Okay, so the first thing I think I need to do is I need to title this. So I have Alpha Basics Volume 3 from Kelva Plan. This one has smaller stickers in it. So this one might be good for some of the words. I don't think I'm going to use this for all of the words. But I do want to put like New York Liberty, 2025 season. And I feel like if I use bigger ones, they'll be too big. But maybe not. Now I'm like, I don't know. Because I have Volume 2. So I'm like, maybe we go with this one. There's not orange. There's yellow. Oh, there is orange. There's orange. Ooh, okay. Maybe we go with orange. I'm thinking orange and like the teal are kind of carry us, because we have orange from the basketball, and then like the teal blue color for the color scheme here. So we're going to go ahead and start writing these out. Let's see if I can spell out the whole thing that I'm wanting to spell out with just these two pages. Hopefully, because there's not, there's a version of this in black too, so we could always swap to black at some point, but let's just see how much we can get. New York. Stick all of these in here. Ooh, you know what? We'll do New York Liberty as big, and then I can do season pass with the small letters. I feel like that will work well. So we'll do New York. I might move those so that way they're a little bit more centered. I feel like this side is going to have to be over a little bit. Lib. Okay. And it's always a test to see if I could spell without looking at something. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I don't have this written out on a piece of paper. So I better not get this wrong. Liberty. Okay, well, there goes all my Y's. And then let's go to this book. And like I said, I think I'm going to scoot those over because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I feel like those could be over. Oh, there's orange in here. It's a little bit of a different orange. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's just go with black because I don't think there's blue in here either, or not the right shade of blue. Actually, that's kind of close, but I feel like that's kind of cutting it. Oh, there's this blue. I just saw another blue. Or like this is more greeny teal. I feel like I'm getting like too many shades of blue in here, which might not be for the best. So let's just go with this first font. And then we're going to write season right over here in small letters. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had caffeine. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I don't drink caffeine very often, but it's been a rough day. It's been a rough day. So now I'm just living the shaky life. Okay. Season. That's what we're writing over here. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking like so far. Let me see if I could just get these up on my own without having to use my goo stuff. And then if I have to use my glue stuff, great. If I don't, great. I didn't lay them down super hard though, so I feel like I can, get away with not. I'm just going to scoot these over so it's a little bit more centered since I'm only going to have New York on this side. So I'm just scooting these over. Because I didn't know if I wanted them center, but now I know. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we have New York, Liberty, season, and then we will put 2025 in there, which I have. I don't know why I keep putting my 2025 stickers nowhere on my desk. Like, what am I doing? They're literally nowhere to be seen on my desk. Like, why do I keep putting them so far away? I could use the letter stickers, but I'm just going to use these because they are easier. Okay, so we have New York Liberty season 2025. Okay, then let's start going in with some of these. So I have Ellie the elephant, which I printed her big because she's adorable and I really just wanted that. And then we also have the logo. So I'm going to stick the logo right over here to kind of start that off. And then we'll put Ellie over on the other side. Yeah. I don't know how well my Cricut cut these out, actually. It's always like did my Cricut do a good job cutting these out? I don't know. Looks like it cut through the paper a little bit. But we got her. Look how cute she is. Etsy has everything, y'all. I was so happy. I will find these things too and link them down below if you guys are interested. But I'll try to find the things so that way you have access to them. Okay, and then I found these other artworks that were completely separate with the cool basketballs. I thought these were pretty fun. So I'm going to lay this right up here. And I'm remembering where this is on each side. That's where it's going to be punched. So I want to make sure I'm not putting anything important there. Mainly like things to write in and stuff. I don't want to put any of that stuff. Okay, I did print a basketball hoop because I feel like I had to have a basketball hoop moment. So I am going to stick this in here. It's a really big sticker, but I think I'm going to probably be able to layer something on top of that to kind of fix that part. Okay, I'm choosing to go in with Jewel Tone Shapes because the Jewel Tone Shapes has the teal blue color that is going to match it. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I don't think I have a lot of it in the circles. Oh, I have 2 big circles. Okay, that's good news. And then even like the yellowish color. Okay, I do have it in some of the small. Because I was thinking the bigger ones, or I could go with hexagons. Because I think I have more of the hexagons because I do have the extra sheet. But I feel like that's really small to write in. So I think either the circles. I think we're going to go with the circles as much as we can for this color. So again, I want to layer that on top of there. And then I'm going to go in with another of that shade. And then again, I have more of the decorations. So we got some sneakers. Because you know we got to have the cute sneakers. So we can kind of layer those on top. And then, let's see. Okay, so I have no more of that size. I do have a smaller size that I can use. Where do I want to stick this? And I feel like I can pull all the colors in too. Like we can use the orange, we can use the gold. I'm also pulling out, this is Autumn Shapes, and it has this color, which is closer to how this shade of teal printed out. So I figure kind of having both in here would kind of help tie it together a little bit better. Just because I didn't have a lot of say in like the exact shade that got printed. So we'll add another circle in there. Like I said, I have smaller circles that we can add in as well in that shade too. Okay. So really, obviously she doesn't need to write that there. It's like New York against whatever. So she could just write the team that they're going against and then maybe the date that she goes on. So I think that's kind of the idea for that. I have another basketball hoop. I am going to put it over on this other side just to get the basketball vibes in there. She said she had a half season pass. So I don't know what a half season is. I don't pay attention at all to basketball. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. But we'll just give you several circles and then you can kind of adjust to whatever you need for that. Let's put in that shade again since I have that one. And then I think I'm going to go and find some orange that I like. Surely I have an orange in here that will work. Surely. I feel like that orange works pretty well from the Halloween vibe set. This is still in Autumn Shapes. So then we can pull in some other colors as well. Because I think having multiple colors will help make all the other colors make a little bit more sense. I just want to know where to put this. I'll put this one over here. Okay. We got some more sneakers. Lay the sneakers on top. And then we're going to go and get some more of that orange color. We'll use like maybe the smaller shapes to kind of pull that in. Okay, kind of getting in some of that orange as well. Then we have lots of little dates. Ooh, I could do that and mix in. I mean, it wouldn't work for these ones, but maybe on these really big ones, this can be where the dates are being put. Because I think I have little circles in all the colors. Let's find out, shall we? Please don't kill this dream that I just had. of having little circles. Watch me not have any. I have one. Okay, well, I'll take it. I will take it. We can put this one on this big circle. And then I'm like, where did that other blue come from? No, it came from Autumn Shapes. I'm tripping. Came from Autumn Shapes. Aha. That can be specifically more for the date, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. Then we have little date bubbles, especially in these really big ones, because, yeah. There we go. Okay, I like how that's looking so far. I feel like it looks fun. Fun little tracker. I'm going to put another basketball in here. So we have one on the other side. Because you know, I like to match my sides. I feel like it just like makes more sense in my brain when the sides match a little bit. Okay, some more little sneakers. I have one more pair of sneaks that I'm like, where can I stick those little sneakers? I mean, they're the same as this one, so maybe I won't use those ones. I don't want to duplicate the same thing over and over again. Okay, well, I know I'm not going to put anything down the center, so I'm actually going to go through and cut this. I'm actually just going to use my X-Acto knife because I feel like, don't do this if you love your table, obviously. I have a, what is this called? It's like basically wallpaper, but it's like really thick on mine. I actually need to change mine out sometime soon because it is a little scuffed up. But so I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. So I'm going to stick that in there. Okay, and then I have, this is from Amber Plans Her Day holiday quotes in boxes, but there are quotes in here that are technically for Super Bowl, but they're some, like, they're just kind of basic. Obviously, I'm not going to use the ones that talk about, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to use the ones that talk about the Super Bowl specifically, but we can put some inspirational quotes in here that kind of fit like a basketball slash, I don't know, just like team sport mentality. There's also these, which I kind of love. So I'm going to add these in here. Okay, I feel like that's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot more games. I honestly don't know. Like, how many games does one team play? I don't know. I'm not a sports person. I am probably the wrong person, but at least she'll have the back pages, so if she needs to add more, she can add some more to it. We'll just be getting you started, and then if you're like wrong, there's going to be like 30 games, then you can add in some more. Because clearly I don't know enough about games to know exactly how many is a half season pass good for. I don't know. Okay, so how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should go for 10. I feel like 10 is a good round solid number. So now we got to go hunting because I used my colors that I had that we have in here. So I got to go hunting for some more. I'm like, we could always pull in another color. I feel like we could pull in this yellow, but is it too late? I don't think it's too late. I don't think I have any of that yellow though. I have them in like the teeny tiny, which I feel like teeny tiny is too small. We have a yellow in Autumn Shapes, surely. Oh yeah, we have a yellow and it's a little bit darker, which I think actually matches a little bit better. So let's add in a little yellow. 10, maybe we can add in 12 because I can't just have that yellow just on that side. It's going to drive me insane. So we can add a little bit more to both sides. And then now we have some extra spaces. Ooh, I am liking this more and more. The more I stare at it, the more I'm like, oh, it's coming together. Part of me is like, I kind of want to move this one and maybe put another yellow because now we're uneven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I have 11. I don't think I like that. Don't mess this up because it's all I have. Pull this off. I'm actually going to move this over here. And then we'll put another yellow over there. Because I just think, yeah, I didn't want to put two yellows next to each other, and that way it kind of spreads it out. So now we have 12. So 12 games, and then we have the back sides if more needs to be added, because I'm sure I'm completely wrong in how many games you can go to, because I don't know. I'm not a sports person, peeps. But I think this freaking turned out way better than I thought. I was kind of worried. But this is super cute. Like, if I attended games, how fun is that? And you literally can just print out their logo, cut it out. You don't even need a Cricut. Cut it out and then slap it on some sticker paper and make a page dedicated to going to games, if that's your vibe. Okay, I have the right pages in towards each other. I'm so scared. All right, here's what it's looking like punched, ready to go to its new home. Katrina, I so hope that you love this spread. Alrighty, our next spread is for Adita, and she gave me such an interesting task that I was just like, this is going to be so fun. So she works 2 jobs, and she requested to have the right side be the dashboard layout, so that way it could be her work schedule for one job, and then the other side is dot grid, but she wants it basically set up, maybe not exactly like a dashboard, but she does want to make sure to have the 7 boxes over on this side, so that way she could put things for her other job. So I thought that was so interesting. Fun fact, apparently I own 0 dot grid paper. Like, I got rid of all of it. It was a saving grace that I found this one. I'm bummed that, of course, it has this ugly gray line, but hopefully we'll be able to make it cuter. And I tried to look, I don't really have a washi tape that I feel like will cover it up well enough and or match the spread we're doing. So we're just going to go with it and hope the gray kind of pulls together. But apparently I don't own any dot grid because I literally got rid of all of it because I don't like dot grid paper. So this is an interesting task, but I'm excited because she picked strawberry shortcake for the theme of her spread. So I went on Etsy. Again, Etsy is like my go-to place. Yes, you can go on Google and you can kind of just like copy and paste things, and then you could always print it out that way. So that way you can just print them out. But going to Etsy is so much easier because a lot of times there'll be files already that have an offset for you. So you don't have to do that extra work, especially because I do transfer it over for my Cricut to cut everything out. So I found this file. It was only like $2 and it came with over like 100 different artworks for strawberry shortcake. So we're going with this theme. And then I found this when I searched strawberry shortcake. It's like the little paper cut look. So I figured this would be really cute to go with that together. So we're going to mix these things and kind of just see what happens. So let's start. You know, I got a corner piece. When I saw that there were corner pieces in there, I was like, using it, obviously. So I think I'm going to put, I freaking hate paper sometimes. Those just went down without my permission. So rude. I'm going to turn it into a true corner piece. So I'm going to have it hanging off the edges. And then I'm going to trim off the other side. So we're just going to go in, give it a little trim. I don't think I'm going to use those. It's just the leaves. They're not even that cute. So I'm going to go in and just cut that off. And then now we have the strawberries up in the corner. Okay. And then over here, we have this corner piece. That's like the little ripped paper. And again, if I can, I'll find these and I'll link them all down below if you're looking for some fun files. This one actually came with another set too, and I had to like separate them. But I liked this one better because it kind of just goes. It already has the strawberries in it. So I was like, it's perfect. Perfect for what I need. Okay, there's another little corner piece. If I do it this way, is that weird? I guess I could do this one. But then the flower and the strawberries are sideways. I don't know if I like that. But we could put this over here. That way we can mix the two together, and maybe I can cover up some of this gray, and then we'll just have to punch over it. But then that kind of gets my stuff over there. And I do have another thing of strawberries because I figured I would want them on both sides. So I think I'm going to do the same thing over here where I hang it off the edges, and then we'll just trim off the rest. So give a little trim, little trim, little trim. Okay, there we go. And then that way the sides are matching so far with what we have on the paper. I don't like that this is corner and corner, but I think we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so of course we have strawberry shortcake. I think I need to focus on this side and get my functional in here before I get too far. Otherwise, I'll start decorating and then we won't have any room for what she needs. So we're going to create the 7 boxes. So I'm going to go in with red. I pulled out red, pink, and green boxes and more just because I figured these would be the easiest to use. So I'm thinking we'll do each of these. We're going to do full boxes. And then I can layer smaller boxes on them for tasks and stuff. So we'll do a red, we'll do a pink, and we're going to go with this lighter pink shade. And I think the fun thing about this being our own layout is we can lay them out however we want. So I'm actually going to turn these ones, and then we'll go in with green. I think the darker green will look better than that really bright green. I think the really bright green's a little too much. And I want to leave space because I am going to put the days of the week in here. So that way that's at least set up. So we have 3 down. We still have to fit 4. So I need to keep that in mind as I'm laying stickers down, that I still need to make sure I leave room for my other things. I don't know how I want to do this. Sometimes when you get freedom, you're like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want this freedom. Too much freedom is being given. I don't know. Should I put it up or down? Let's go down. Down. Okay, and then we'll go in with the pink again. Oh man, I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's do it this way. And then we can go down with my red. And then we only need 1 more. I don't want it to go over that, so that gets it in a pretty good spot. So we have 6, so I only need 1 more. And really we're kind of at the point of where everything's touching. So either way, a color is going to be close to each other. So let's go with red because the stickers have a lot of pink in it. So we're going to go with red. Okay, so we have 7. Crazy layout, but hopefully we can make it not look as crazy. Okay, and then before I forget, I am going to put days of the week. Otherwise, we're going to get 90% of the way done, and then I'm going to be like, oops, didn't put any of the days in. I think I'm going to go ahead and just match. Yeah, I'm going to just match colors. So we'll do Monday and Tuesday. And the green that's in this one is a little bit brighter. It is the brighter green, but I think it'll be okay. There's several shades of green in the leaves, so I feel like it works out. Wednesday. And then we're going to go back to green for Thursday because we'll come over here. Thursday, and then pink for our Friday. And then red for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Now I feel like we could kind of go in with a little bit more. Obviously, we still need to put functional over there, but I'm not as worried about that side as I was about this other side. But while I'm thinking about it, let's get in some boxes. So I'm going to go to, this would be size 3, I guess, if you're in the pastel, like in any of the functional box series. This would be series 3. So I'm going to pull all 3 of those colors. That way I can make sure. And I feel like because I have so much red on that side, I'm going to try not to do that much red over on this side. So we'll try to get just a little bit of the red, but I want to make sure I can put in all the cute decorations that I have. So we're going to just go in with each of the colors. Apparently I've used a lot of this pink. I don't even know how, but apparently I've used a lot of it. Okay, and I feel like pink has to go on at this side. And then if we want, I would probably have to put pink over there too. Kind of like turning it, making it a little different than normal. And then maybe one more red and then one more green. So let's do red here. And then we will pull in the green. Okay, so functional over on that side. Now let's play with these super cute decorations that we have. And I still have a bunch of the scraps too. So I did them in several sizes. So I have like a little bit of a bigger size, and then I have all the same stickers in a small size, because I just never know. When I'm printing stickers, I'm like, I don't know how big they should be. I have no clue. But we have all these cute little strawberries, and I made sure to print quite a few of them because I figured these would be good like space filler moments. So we are going to add in a couple of those strawberries. We can add our little shortcake over here. That one's cute. Also, I loved this swinging one. I was like, I have to get that one. And I had to pick and choose which one because the file came with so many. So I literally had to sit there and kind of pick and choose which ones to use, but so worth it because all of these are adorable. I'm glad I did 2 sizes because now I can kind of use a little from both to get in here. I feel like I have to use this strawberry one. Like it would be a crime if I didn't use that one. Okay, and then we also have these scrap moments too, which I kind of want to add more in here of. So I'm going to add that little scrap in there. And what other kind of scraps do we have? Of course it's not. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? We have this guy. I just want to add in a little bit more of those scraps in here. Okay, this is killing me. I don't know if this is, it's not like thick enough to cover it, which is annoying. But I have this one, which is kind of thick enough to cover it. So I'm wondering if I can just cover it up with the scraps from these pieces, because the gray is killing me. Can't handle the gray. So I'm going to do my best to cover up this gray because it is not the vibe. 10 out of 10, it is not it. Okay, so we covered up part of it. I got another little section to cover up. And I'm kind of hoping I can cover it up with just like the remainder of these scraps. Even just cutting off little pieces to go in. And I think once it's punched, you won't be able to notice it as much. It's just, you won't notice that I, piece together all the pieces to kind of cover that up, but it's driving me crazy. I can't handle this weird gray pattern. It's just not fitting the vibe. So we're just going to take these scraps and we're going to cover it up. And then once it's punched, I don't think we'll be able to really notice that it was a patchwork job. Only those of us here right now will know. But I think it'll be okay. I don't know what other piece to use. Trying to decide. Okay, I think this piece will work. I want it to look like they're like scrapped together, you know, so not having the straight lines I think is a must. I do need to trim this a little. Okay. Okay, scrapbook moment. Scrapped pieces together. Okay, I feel like it looks a lot better than having the gray, because the gray was really killing the vibe. I was not a fan of the gray for sure, so I think overall I like that a ton better. And then I'm just going to go in with a couple more of our girl over here. And then of course we have all the little strawberries too, so you don't have to do all of her. Instead we can kind of squeeze in some strawberries to fill in some space and some gaps. That's cute. I really like the little strawberries. I'm so glad that those were in there because that definitely helps. I have her facing another way. She's a little smaller. I like the look of leaning up against it. And then I have one more strawberry. So let's figure out where we can put this guy. Let's stick it over here maybe. Okay. I feel like we did it. So one job is over here. The other job is on this side. I feel like we nailed that. And they both match as far as color scheme, and it kind of carries throughout the whole thing, which I really, really like. So, you know, I was like, how am I going to piece this together? But I really think we did it. My gosh, we did it. Okay, so now we do need to punch this, because if I don't punch it, we're not going to be a happy camper. So get the fun of punching this. To make sure we don't stick to the paper, I am going to put a sheet of paper over this, because otherwise it's going to stick to the paper. I'm lining it up at the very bottom line, so hopefully that's close to being in line. All the rest of the lines. Okay. And then we pull it off, and then voila, it's ready to go into a spread. Now we have a custom 2-job page spread for, what is this for? For one job and then one for the second job. So Adita, hopefully this was the vision that you were wanting, and hopefully this is helpful for filling in for work. But I so hope that you love your spread. Alrighty, and there we go. 2 very different spreads ready to go to their new homes. I so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!